All right, so I want to break down Quan Sub-Zero. I see a lot of people downplaying this team, but it's only because they haven't thoroughly labbed this team like I have. I found 5 strong setups that I want to go over today that will demonstrate Sub-Zero is indeed Quan Chi's best Kameo. I'm gonna do these setups from weakest to strongest, and then just give a general breakdown of what's actually happening during these setups. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so for the first setup, it starts off with the 2-1-4 string into freeze. From here, you'll call, you can call a normal portal or you can EX a portal, it doesn't matter. But if you get this 2-1-4 string and you call a portal, you're gonna call a close bone cage immediately after. And from here, because of the bone cage stun animation, you're guaranteed a couple of options. You're guaranteed 1, you're guaranteed 2, you're guaranteed back 2, and you're guaranteed back 3. So because of that, you can essentially put your opponent in a situation where they kind of have to guess. You could go for 1-3, you could go for 1 down back 4, you could go for back 2 down back 4, you could go for back 3, you could go for 2-1-4 down back 4, whatever you want to do. So off of this, they're pretty much guessing between what you're gonna do. You could throw in a shimmy just in case, if you wanna, because most people, once they see this, they might think they have a chance to press a button, but you can't press anything until that animation completely finishes. So if they get hit, they're eating about 50. So he gets shimmy and get his with the low. We spin a bar. You just ate 50, right? Compared to, if you just hit this string normally and you just want to go for a meterless combo, instead of 30, you want to go for 50 off of a little setup. This is something you could go for. And you can spin a bar if you want. You could either do something like this. If you think they're gonna guess right, you could throw out, the clone. Another cool thing about this setup though is you do have a chance to eat armor if they guess right. So let's say you hit them with the 2-1-4, boom, boom. Say you go for 1-3, he guesses right, you still get the point. All right, go for whatever you want to go for. So just a nice little setup throw out there, give your opponent a different look. It's not the strongest. I mean, you won't really be hitting 2-1-4 with Quan Chi anyways. You're either going for 2-1-4-4 or 2-1-3. But either way, nice little setup. Armored set play setup. All right, so the next setup I want to talk about is this anti-armor OKI setup, where you pretty much put your opponent in a position where they have limited options, and if they select a specific option, they will get punished. And the setup also OS's a couple of options. So you can get this setup off of 1-3, stand 3, or back 3, anything that gets your opponent in the air. So let's say I'm Johnny Cage. The setup, so it starts, so let's say you hit stand 3, 2-1, 4-4 freeze, EX portal, 4-4 down back 4. You immediately go into back 3 off of the 4-4 down back 4. So let's say I'm Johnny and I try to down poke. Quan Chi eats it, and I get punished for a full combo. So I just ate 50% for trying to poke out of this setup, right? Let's say I'm Johnny. So I try to jump out. Nah, you're dead. Right, I just ate 50% again because I just tried to jump out. Also, you can't armor. You cannot armor out of this setup. Yeah. Say I hit the stand. Let's say I hit the stand 3, 2-1, 4-4 in the freeze, EX portal, 4-4 down back 4, boom. Full punish. Now this specific setup doesn't work against a select few of characters. Melina can avoid this, Smoke can avoid this, Ashra can avoid this, Liu Kang can avoid this, and Havoc can avoid this. I believe everybody else gets punished. You have to lab it and double check, but I believe everybody else can get punished off of this setup. If they try to jump out, definitely everybody gets punished if they try to jump out. But if they try to armor, I believe those are the only characters that can avoid this setup. But we have more setups, so let's get into it. All right, so this next setup I want to talk about is this armor safe jump setup, and this is probably not the strongest setup, but definitely a super reliable and super strong setup. This is probably the setup you want to go towards the most because it doesn't cost a bar, and it just puts your opponent in a situation where they pretty much have to guess, and they can get armor broken. You can get this off of 1-3, stand 3, or back 3, anything that gets them in the air. And once you freeze them, you're going normal portal, and you'll jump 1-2. I mean jump 2-1. And once you jump 2-1, you are plus 37. So after the 2-1, you'll jump and you're going 2-1. This will break every single character's armor in the game except Ashra and Havoc because they have the multi-hits. Every single other character in the game is getting armor broken from this 2-1. And the thing is, even if they block, I mean, you have so many options. You can go 2-1-3. You can go 2 back 2 down back 4 if you want. You could go 2. You could go 2 straight into back 3. You could go 2-2-1-4 down back 4. You could go 2-1 down back 4. So it's a really hard situation to be in. And even if they delay, you still have options. I mean, if they decide to delay here, you can wait and shimmy them. But we have setups for delay, so delaying here won't be a really smart idea because the next setup takes care of delay. So we'll talk about that. Let me put him on armor. Let me make sure. Yep. Boom. Boom, boom. He's dead. And he just ate 55%. So super strong setup. This is something you definitely want to abuse. Put your opponent in this situation a lot. Especially if they're not delaying. If they're not delaying, yeah, you want to abuse this setup at all times. Like, definitely. So let's get into the next setup. All right, one other thing I forgot to mention is that you can get a side switch off of this setup as well. So just keep that in mind. That can be pretty useful. Armor broken. Go back into the setup, whatever you want to do. Do that. Right. So yeah. All right, so this setup here is a anti-delay setup, and basically it's a replica of the first setup, except this is from off of 1-3, stand 3, or back 3. So let's say we hit 1-3, we get them in the air, we're going freeze into a EX bone cage, and from here you're gonna back 3 them into the bone cage, and as you can see, they are hit with that animation. So what that does is it guarantees you 2, guarantees you 1, it guarantees you back 3, and it guarantees you back 2. So pretty much like the first setup, man. Like if you have them in the air, it's just a bad situation. It's a hard situation because once they're here, I mean I mean you'll be surprised how many people get hit with this. Like I mean it's crazy, right? If I catch you and you get shimmied because you think I'm going for the low, you think I'm going for the high. I catch you, boom. I want to spin the bar. You just ate 55%, right? Boom. Off the back 3. You got shimmy, you got hit with the overhead. See how much you eat. Boom, 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 boom. You just ate 60, right? And I mean, it gets crazier with fatal blow. Let's say I hit you with back three. Boom, boom. You got shimmy, I hit you with back three again. Boom. Let's see how much.
Sub-Zero skewers the victim's skull with ice daggers. He headbutts them. Crunchy blasts the victim through a portal. They reappear above, and Crunchy smashes their lumbar.
What is that? 75? You just ate 75%. Super, super strong setup. If your opponent is, they constantly keep delaying, you get tired of that shit, just hit them with this setup, and they're probably dead, right? I mean, you can do stuff like, boom, if they guess right, you know, one, throw this out. You don't have to, you know, you don't always have to go for that. You could go for a stagger, you could go for two and then grab them. You can do some shit like that. You don't have to always try to go for it in the mix. So let's get into the final setup. All right, so the last setup, the most expensive setup, but also probably the most oppressing setup, and a setup you probably want to go to like towards the end of a round. If you really want to close out a round, you got to hit. You might not have enough damage to kill. You couldn't really open them up. Whatever the case may be, this is probably the setup you want to go towards if you have the bars. Pretty much piggybacking off of the last sub. You can get it off of stand 3, 1-3, back 3, whatever the case may be. And you're going EX Bone Cage again, but instead of back 3, you're going 4-4. So it'll be Bone Cage, 4-4 into EX Port, and from here you can jump. You can jump in the last setup as well, but this setup, it just looks better. It looks worse. If they see you jumping, they might think they can anti-air you or whatever the case may be. And this is a setup that you really just go for if you just want to lock your opponent down and you might want to just grab them. You know, if you want to close out a round like that, that's a great way to close out a round, because I mean, if you're dumb enough to press a button during this setup, you deserve to die for certain. Like, there's just no way anybody's pressing anything right there. If you are, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like, you're dumb. Who in their right mind would press a button right here? Like, really? Who is pressing the button right here? Let me know if you're pressing the button right here. Let me know. Whatever you want to do. Boom, boom. Pretty much the same as the last setup, except this one is armor. It just makes it a lot stronger. But, you know, pretty much the same properties as the last setup. You want to go for back 2, you can do that. We have the bars. Boom. Whatever you want to do. So yeah, man, these are all the setups. Super, super strong stuff. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think, man. Am I tripping, or is this not the best cameo for Quan? You let me know if you can get anti-armor safe jumps and anti-armor OKI and setups like this with any other cameo, because I would love to explore it if you can. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man.
Sub-Zero skewers the victim's skull with ice daggers. He headbutts them. Quan Chi blasts the victim through a portal. They reappear above, and Quan Chi smashes their lumbar.
To the nether realm with you.
Quitality. Quan Chi wins.